Hi, folks, Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Hey, we're coming to here with another review of a mobile phone. Be sure to give us a like, follow us on YouTube as we review tons and tons and tons of mobile phones and video comparisons of them too. So, this is a really cool phone that I'm very impressed with so far. It's a Windows phone, which is interesting, but what's cool about it is it's made by Samsung, and it has a lot of the same features that I really enjoy with the Samsung phones, like the S4 and the Note 3. It has the same sort of features and feel. In fact, it's kind of messing with my brain a little bit because it feels just like an S4, but it's very different because it has a different OS system on it. So let's talk about this phone, what it does, and we'll give it the full review here and talk about all the different aspects of it. So let's start from the top. This is from AT&T, our good friends at AT&T.com. You can go there with the fastest download upload speeds and check out all the phones they take and have. So this is from them. Thanks to them for sharing it with us. And it's a Windows 8 OS phone, of course, as I mentioned before. 5.33 inches in height, 2.72 inches in width, 0.36 inches in thickness, and a 5.08 gram weight. That's 5.08 ounce weight with 144 grams to you folks across the pond. The physical size is of the display 4.8 inches, 720 by 1280 pixels with a 308 ppi. That's pixels per inch. It's got TFT screen technology in it with 16.7 million colors. On the camera, we're looking at 8 megapixels out the back. It does have a 1080p HD 30 frames per second video recording, and out the front, 1.2 megapixel front camera. The hardware inside is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 400. It's dual core, a 1.4 gigahertz Kraut, and it's got 1 gigabyte of RAM, 16 gigabytes of built-in storage, and it does have a expandable micro SD card slot for up to 64 gigabytes. This is what's really cool. Like with the Nokias and some of the other phones, you can't really expand the memory, but in the Samsungs you can. It has the same sort of thing they use in their Android phones. Now, if we could just get Samsung to make iOS phones, huh? Wouldn't that be cool? And, of course, it has all the other stuff that you would expect, NFC, all that sort of good stuff in there. The battery is a 2,000 milliamp hour battery that they take and have for this. So, as you can see here, it's got the Windows Home button that's here. We've got a capacitive touchscreen back button and a search button. And, of course, you can use the what they used to call Metro tiles. They don't call them that anymore, but I do, huh? So you've got the same sort of Metro tile experience. It's very fast, very responsive, very sleek. Does a great job in downloading, uploading, downloading apps. It's very, very responsive, and I don't find that it's very sluggish at all. It seems to do a really good job. In fact, I think I like it a little bit better than the Nokias. You, of course, got your speaker up here for making calls, your sensors, your front-facing camera, and that's pretty much the look of it. It really does feel like a Samsung Galaxy S4. It's really kind of crazy that way, or an S3 for that matter. They're about the same sort of size and build manner. Let's take a walk around the back. Around the back, you have that same sort of S4 back that pops off. You've got the lens for your camera eye, the speaker, and the flash, and of course the Windows logo here, and kind of a steel bottom, which you don't have on the Samsung Galaxy series. Going around the side of it, let's start at the top for fun. On the top, we've got your earphone jack, small microphone hole. Down the right-hand side, we have your power button, and then we have a shutter button, which I guess comes standard on all the Windows phones, so a shutter button to take pictures. On the bottom, we have your sync charge port, and then we have a small microphone hole there. And, of course, on the side, we have your volume rocker button. So it's very sleek, feels really good, just like the Samsung phones in the Galaxy series do. It really has been bending my brain because I keep thinking that I'm holding a Samsung and not a Windows phone. So it has the pop-off back with the plasticky nature that people aren't that excited about. The other cool element is it does have a removable battery. You don't have that with the Nokias on the Windows line. So you've got a removable battery, so you can flip them out at will, and you've got the micro SD slot. So very cool that way in how it operates. and you have some different functions than you have with the Nokia. Now, the Nokias do have a great camera, but we'll talk about that here in a second. Okay, just like the Nokia phones have their kind of Nokia apps, if you will, in the Windows phones, Samsung has added an area they call Samsung Zones under the main apps. You can see here they've added several different things. Now, sort of news segment, they've got Chat On, which is a Samsung product. Photo editor, mini diary. You can see these are all Samsung Electronics different programs. They've got shooting modes, we'll show you in a second. Artistic mode, fun shot, different ways that you can take and do color effects, etc., RSS things. They've got a whole kind of slew of different things where you can also beam, etc., between the devices, much like you can with the smartphones from Android and stuff and Samsung. You've got the Samsung Link where you can go ahead and link this to different devices and play content on various devices, etc., so it's got a lot of these Samsung built-in things, and they're pretty handy. I like them. The Samsung Link, of course, makes it so you can share and play content across different devices. One of the other things that is on here is kind of an addition to the camera app is what's called shooting modes. And it utilizes some of the same stuff that you have in the Samsung cameras now. You have the auto, the continuous, the beauty, the HDR. There's not a lot they give you here. Not as much as like the other Galaxy phones in the Android series or in the Samsung Galaxy camera. There's a whole mess more, of course. But they give you some to play with, and there's a few different apps you can also download that give you some different filters and stuff. The camera is adequate. I think nothing to really write home about. It's got some of the simple functions that you need to have in photo settings, where you've got focus, white balance, exposure, ISO effects, things that you can do of that nature. And of course, you can make things bigger or lower. You've also got your ability to do the same with video settings, with white balance effects, all that good stuff. And it's very simple. You just press the button and hold. One thing that is hard to get used to, though, is it has a setting where if you press kind of halfway down, it focuses. And then if you press fully down, it should come out with a better picture. It takes a little bit of challenge to make that work for you. I found in being able to find where the halfway mark is to depress to be able to activate the focus without taking a picture, if that makes sense. Let's go into some of the photos. We'll take a look at those and how they came out. So the photos came out okay. You'll notice as I was going through here that I was struggling. This came out fairly well, especially with it was dark and in the flash mode. The flash is okay on it. You can see here we're shooting, and I'm kind of not getting all the pictures in focus, mainly because I'm trying to depress halfway to do the focus, and if you don't do it just perfectly right, you end up just taking a picture. So it takes a little bit getting used to, and of course, if you touch the screen, it will take a picture. So you're kind of stuck with this focus mode that you're definitely going to have to do a little bit of learning curve from, but I think once you do it, you should be okay. It takes fairly good pictures. I think I'm fairly impressed with it. This one's out of focus because we couldn't get the sequence right. But, you know, it does a fair job on video. It also does a fair job here. You can see the colors are very beautiful. Lots of green popping out. Of course, this is a green setting, but still there is lots of yellow, blues, greens in the settings of the camera. But it does look good, and it's a very clear, sharp picture on the video. You're at 30 frames per second at 1080p, which isn't bad at all. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with it. It's a nice little phone. I almost think that if I really like the Nokia product for the camera, but I really don't like the rest of the Nokia product. It's good product, but I like this where I can remove the battery. I like where I can expand the memory. It doesn't feel like the brick that the Nokias feel like. It feels much more comfortable and ergonomic. And it's not as heavy, that's for sure, as some of the Nokias, like the 1020 and the 920, where you feel like you're carrying a brick around sometimes. So I definitely like it. And of course, I'm a fan of the Samsung product. You can take that for what it's worth, but it just feels a whole lot more comfortable and better, and it doesn't feel like a Windows phone. How about them apples? So I think it's a great phone. It's not top-of-line speedy, but it definitely is responsive and does well. I mean, you're looking at Windows, so it operates different than the iOS and the Android system.
Anyway, give us a like, subscribe to us on the videos so we can keep bringing you these great videos. Go to our good friends at AT&T.com. That's AT&T.com with the fastest download and upload speeds. And of course, you can see all the wonderful other products reviewed from AT&T on the ChrisVossShow.com and YouTube channel. Tell them Chris Voss sent you. Chris Voss tested, Chris Voss approved. Thanks for coming by the ChrisVossShow.com. Be sure to check back in often.